Hey guys, today we're going to talk about what are the worst times to drive up the Ute Pass. Stay tuned in to get a chance to hear all about it. Really quickly, guys, before we get into the meat potatoes of the video, I just want to say if you got any questions whatsoever regarding real estate, please don't hesitate to reach out to my team and I. We're the James Mountain Homes team, and we're your local mountain real estate experts. You can call us, text 719-266-2725. You can also email us at info@jdmrt.net, and we'll get those answers to you as quickly as possible. Don't forget, we got 2 free resources for you down below. We got the relocation guide, the Pikes Peak relocation guide that'll talk about all kinds of stuff that you may or may not have thought about when moving out here to the Pikes Peak area. We also had the buy local guide with all of our local vendors, as well as restaurants and places that we recommend out here as well. Please check both those out. They're both completely free, no obligation. You don't have to drop your email address in there. You just get them for free. So check those out too. Also, if you could, make sure you hit that subscription button down below and that notification bell. That way you get notified every time we have a new video that comes out. And we have a few that come out every single week. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So today we're talking about some stuff specifically. And guess what? It's summertime. So this is why this is on my mind right now. So I just want to let you guys know this too. And let you know also, there's times that the Ute Pass is not going to be busy. There's times the Ute Pass is going to be slam packed with folks. When I say slam packed, it's not going to be like 285 or driving in Denver or anything like that. But it can be busy and it could be a lot of folks going up and down. And if there is an accident, it could definitely cause some congestion that happens through there as well. But we're going to talk about some of the worst times to drive through the Ute Pass. So in the summertime, that's easily going to be your Fridays, specifically your Friday afternoons into your early evenings. And that's coming up the pass. So that's going from east to west, coming from Colorado Springs up into the Woodland Park area. And that's because we have so many campers and so many tourists that are coming up to go enjoy the mountains, what everybody else wants to do out here too. So you see a lot of those campers coming out. They're usually heading out to the Terrialls or further west or somewhere within the Teller County area. But we have tons and tons of campers, including Divide, that'll actually come up through that area. And you can see quite a bit of congestion coming up from basically the I-25 where it's 24, Highway 24, all the way up through. And then it starts sporadically dispersing out as you get further and further west. But if you're coming up to Woodland Park, that's typically some of the worst times, especially getting through Woodland Park. You can see that backed up for quite a while. So definitely expect that. On the flip side of that, it's going to be Sunday when they're all going back down. And usually it's around midday to about late afternoon is the worst time on Sunday, and it's going back down the pass. So we try to avoid those times coming up or going down. Sometimes you don't have a choice, but if we do, we'll definitely try to avoid those times. We're coming up and going down in the summertime specifically, and when school's still out and we have lots of folks. It can still happen even when school goes back in or before school gets out, but those are really the predominant ones that you're going to see quite a bit in the summertime. Now, that can also preclude into the leaf watching season as well. So we might have a little bit of a slowdown, and then when the aspens start changing colors, we'll have a lot of folks coming out to take a look at those too. Not campers, but mainly usually vehicles coming out specifically on the weekends, that Friday coming up and Saturday as well, and then also heading back down. So that definitely provides a little bit of congestion that can happen within those two during the leaf watching season. And you see that trickle all the way back down into Colorado Springs as the leaves change up here in the mountains first, and then they move down into Colorado Springs and change down there last. So that's another time of year that we see that really kind of get congestion. Some other times that we see that are in the wintertime or the transitionary seasons that we see. So typically we don't have to worry about ice up here, but you can see ice during those transition seasons, specifically in fall and spring, when you've got enough moisture in the air that it could cause, either rain or snow or sleet or the combination of all to come through, and then for it to turn into nighttime and the temperature drops and those roads can get frozen. So that could be a bad time to go up and down the pass also if that road freezes and they didn't get a chance to treat it very well. You could definitely check in all the Facebook groups. You can ask to see what the conditions are before you go up or down on there. But usually it doesn't take long for that stuff to melt. Like when I say it doesn't take long, like usually just a couple hours to make it a lot easier and a lot safer going up and down, but that could definitely cause a hindrance going up and down the pass also right after a major snowstorm. So now For the most part, El Paso and Teller County does a fantastic job making sure they've got the pass completely plowed and taken care of and treated. It's usually other people that you've got to worry about. The guy that's going 90 miles an hour when there's 6 inches of snow on the ground, or the person that's going 10 miles an hour because they're terrified, they've never seen snow before, and they're sitting there slow, and you come in limited visibility and you fly right up on them as well when you're going a little bit closer to the speed limit. So those are times too, you definitely want to be careful going up and down. There's lots of turns through there as well. We could also, in the transition times, we could potentially have some rock slides that'll happen also, because those extreme temperature expanses with the moisture of the water and everything could cause some of those granite rocks to pop off and come down. Doesn't happen a whole lot, but it could happen. So it's just something as you're going around those corners and those turns, you definitely want to be watching for, so you don't come around a blind corner all of a sudden, bam, into a boulder, or trying to avoid a rock and then hitting somebody else under too. So certainly things you want to watch out for too as you're kind of coming up and down. But really, that's pretty much it. We don't see it close down very often, if even at all. It's got to be a pretty significant reason, either a really bad accident, or they've had to shut down one section of the east or the westbound side, or like a blizzard type storm where it's just dumped a ton of snow. And that doesn't happen a whole lot either, but they could shut it down briefly while they kind of get caught up with the plowing on it before they can open it back up as well. But they really do a great job keeping it open and keeping it flowing, because of the natural progression that goes back and forth between the mountains and Colorado Springs and vice versa on there as well. So I hope this kind of gives you guys some ideas of some the best times or worst times to go. There's obviously events and stuff like that that can pop up too that will affect it, and different significant things that might come that aren't normal and there as well, but certainly give you guys some ideas on what to expect as we work through those. So please, if you got any questions or comments, definitely ask about those. We'd love to help you answer those as well. Really quick, guys, before we sign off, just want to say again, if you got any questions or concerns about buying or selling real estate, anything really related within a Pikes Peak region, please don't hesitate to reach out to my team and I. We're at the James Mountain Hosting. We're local mountain real estate experts. Call us, text us 719-262-725. You can also email us at info@jdmrt.net. We'll get those answers to you as quickly as possible. We'd love to be able to serve you as well if you have any needs within those realms. And don't forget your 2 resources down below, the Buy Local Guide and the Relocation Guide. And also don't forget to hit that subscription bell and that subscription button and the notification bell, so you get notified every time we get a new video that comes out. I'll see you guys next time.